Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of our Family Dynamics Challenge. As you can see, we are here with Danika and she is very pregnant. As we know, in this episode, she is going to be giving birth to her baby. She is in her third trimester. It says, "Do you wish to look as happy as I do? Will you have the power to send one simoleon to me?" Yeah, I don't think so. We're gonna hang up. She is going to be giving birth to that little babaloo, and she is about to burst. But we also, in this episode, want to go ahead and try to get in a dinner party. As we know, for her challenge of this Family Dynamics first generation, she does need to throw dinner parties and she needs to get a gold status. So I would like for her to go ahead and try to get a dinner party in. So we will be trying to get her to do a dinner party as well in this episode. Right now, she is just going ahead and grabbing herself a little bit to eat. She is feeling a little bit peckish, and so we are grabbing her a little bit of food here. But she is thinking about the dinner party that she would like to have, and she's thinking, I am well into my pregnancy, but I would really like to do that. So she's gonna go ahead and get into the living room here. She's gonna do a little bit more reading on some gourmet cooking, hoping that she can kind of get some ideas of something that she might like to make for the dinner party. She is hoping that it might inspire her to maybe cook something that would be something different for the party that she would like to throw. So she is just going to get a little bit of reading in on the gourmet cooking skill, and hopefully we will get that skill up for her job task, but also so she can get some ideas on what she can cook for this dinner party that she wants to throw. Her husband Jay is out and he is at work. So she is just taking this much needed time to kind of relax a little bit, do a little bit of reading, and make some preparations in her mind of what she can do. He has no idea about the plans that she has for this party, but I don't think he'll mind so much. He doesn't necessarily ever turn his nose up to food. I think he'll be completely okay with the fact that she's going to have over some people. She did get her gourmet cooking skill up to level 2, so she's done what she needs to do for her work task. And because she is pregnant, of course, she likes sweets. She likes cooking things. So we're going to have her get into the kitchen and just do a little bit of baking. It is Winterfest Eve, and she does need to do some baking for Winterfest Eve. So we're going to go ahead and let her go in there and just do a little bit of baking. And hopefully that will mark off that little skill for Winterfest Eve and get her just marking off some of these holiday traditions that need to be done for the day. She is going to just do a little bit of that. As you can see, Jay has returned home from work. He is feeling a little bit tense. He is just going to take care of some of his needs here. He is had a long day at work, and so he needs to just kind of unwind and dealing with a little bit of whatever it is that he needs to deal with. She is absolutely loving the cooking. She is in her element here in the kitchen, and we love to see that. She just loves her kitchen, loves being here at the stove, and really she just has a lot of creative juices that flow whenever she is in here making concoctions and things of that nature. And we love to see that. She absolutely loves cooking and gets her very, very inspired. So she has made this dish. It didn't necessarily count off towards her baking, so I don't know what that's about. She did bake nonetheless. Well, maybe she didn't bake because she didn't actually put anything in the oven, did she now? Well, neither here nor there. That being said, let's go ahead and get her in here and get her to bed. She's going to take herself a little bit of a snooze. They're just going to get a little nap in and get a little bit of rest. All right, as you can see, Jay is up. He's feeling a little bit hungry. He is going to help himself to some of the food that Danika has made and put in the fridge. She is constantly making things, so there's never a lack of food in this house. So he is going to go ahead and have one of the snacks that she made earlier, and he is a little disgusted by some of the smells that are in the area. So he's like investigating the kitchen going, what is that smell? I don't have any idea what it is. He can't figure it out. He doesn't really know what it is. But we do know that there's clearly something going on in the area because he was like, whew, my goodness, I don't know what it is. But he is going to, after he does that, we are going to just let him take care of some of his needs. Once Danika gets up, we're going to go ahead and have her plan that social event and get the dinner party planned. I know it is really late, but she wants to go ahead and do that before she goes into labor, and she is due to go into labor at any time. So she wants to just get that dinner party going as soon as possible. So even though it's kind of late, She's going to go ahead and invite her friends over, and we're going to get that dinner party started. So as soon as she gets up, we'll have her invite everyone over for the social event. Jay's just cleaning up after himself, washing his hands and going to the washroom and just taking care of some things, and then he's going to go ahead and call it a night. Danika is up. She is going ahead and planning the social event. She is inviting the people that she wants to come to her party. Obviously, she has some neighbors that she wants to go ahead and invite over, so we will get those people invited over to the party, and we are going to just have the party here at our house, and she's going to obviously be the person that's going to be cooking here at this party, so we won't need to hire a caterer or anything like that. So let's go ahead and do a dinner party, and we will select our host as ourselves, and then we will get our guest, and we're going to do everyone here that we know as our guests, and then we'll do it at our residence, and like I said, we won't need a caterer. And just like that, our social event has begun, and we need to go ahead and get her into the kitchen and create a meal that she can call the guests to. So we're going to have her go ahead and come in here and serve dinner. I want to make this chicken sambalta and get her making that meal. So she's going to waddle herself on into the kitchen here and get started on this meal. And she's going to just have some conversation with her guests as they arrive. We will let her talk with them. Obviously, she is going to greet them, and she'll be doing that while she's cooking because she doesn't want to leave the meal. We need to get this in the oven and cooking because our guests are going to need to eat at some point. It is very, very late that we're having this dinner party, so we don't want to kill any time or waste our guests' time. We want to make the most of the time that they are here. So she is just going to have the conversation with them as she prepares their meal. We do have Jay, who has gotten up from his sleep, so he can go ahead and interact with our guests as well, which will be lovely because we need someone to help us. Obviously, we want him to kind of deal with our guests a little bit and just be like, hi, how are you? And thanks for coming, and these kind of things, just like she would be doing. It's just she has really to focus on the meal that she's creating. So she is really focused here in the kitchen, trying to get this meal cooked up so that we can go ahead and call everyone to the meal. Everyone can smell the food from the living room. They're starting to file into the kitchen. They're wondering when it's going to be done. They're starting to ask questions like, what are you making? And when's it going to be ready? Because we're all feeling pretty hungry. The more we smell your cooking, the more we hungry we get. Like, is it crab? What is it? And she's like, no, it's not crab, it's chicken. And it will be done really, really soon. I'm sorry that I'm making you salivate. Obviously, I'm not trying to make everybody starving, but I am going to be feeding you very soon. So if you just give me just a little bit more time, this meal will be ready for everyone to eat. And she's, apologizing profusely for the meal being a little late for everyone. She's trying to obviously crack some jokes and keep them entertained while she cooks them their meal. And everyone is trying to have a really good time here. Jay has come in and he's trying to obviously spend a little bit of time with our guests and entertain them as well while she goes ahead and gets ready to call everyone to the meal so that they can all grab themselves a plate here. She's clearly telling them all an interesting story here, so she is just trying to entertain them with a little bit of conversation. And as soon as she is done with that, she will go ahead and invite them to grab a plate and just let them know the meal is ready. And please, by all means, grab yourself a plate. Enjoy. I really hope that everyone is able to enjoy this meal. I put all of my effort into it, and honestly, I cooked it with love, and I hope that everyone has a good appetite and is ready to eat. So they have all grabbed themselves a plate, and we are just going to sit down here and have us a bite to eat. She's going to grab herself a plate and she's going to eat as well, but she is desperate for a wee. I am hoping that she will go ahead and finish this meal and hurry herself to the washroom because she is very, very close to needing to go. And if she doesn't hurry up, I do think that she is probably going to wee herself, which is going to cause her an immense amount of embarrassment. And unfortunately, we don't really want her feeling so embarrassed when she has a dinner party over, because I think that would be really bad if she were to be mortified by peeing in front of all of her guests. But oh my gosh, no. She unfortunately did not make it to the bathroom, and she has peed in front of everyone. Oh, Danika, you poor thing. Okay, let's get her into the bathroom. Let her get herself a shower. She's going to need to clean up a little bit here. I'm going to go ahead and get Jay to come in, and he can just mop up her puddle that she created. That is so awful. It does look like she needs to tell someone another joke, so we'll have her go ahead and tell a joke. And then she also needs to make a dessert, so we'll have her come in here and make a dessert. And it's going to be really close, us trying to get her to gold. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. We're getting to where we are really running out of time here for this dinner party. And I'm just really not sure she's going to be able to do what she needs to do to make gold here. We'll get her in here and we'll do the best we can to try to tell jokes and make a dessert and see if we can get her to gold status. If for some reason we're not able to do that, then we will have to again try to have more dinner parties down the road. But for now, we are just doing our best to try to mark these things off of the list here on what she needs to do, and hopefully she'll be able to do that. So she's done the jokes. Now she just needs to get over here and make a dessert. I think I'm going to get her to make apple pie and see if that will mark off the make a dessert and get us to the gold status that we need. We are currently sitting at a silver status, which is good, but not good enough. So she is just finishing up her conversation here with Mark Eggleston, and they are having a nice conversation, but as you can see, she's feeling seriously embarrassed after weeing herself. She's trying really hard to not think about the fact that she did that, but she's really struggling with that, as you can see. She's gonna go ahead and continue on with this dessert. She's gonna whip up an apple pie really fast, and hopefully she can get this done before this time runs out. I don't know if we will be able to do that or not. I'm gonna go ahead and get Jay to just clean up a little bit. There are plates laying around everywhere, so if he can just clean up a little bit, I think that would be good. And that way, if anyone wants apple pie, we'll have some space for people to go ahead and sit down and eat some apple pie. So she's going to finish with this apple pie. She's just, getting the dough ready so that she can form the dough for the apple pie. And she is feeling pretty confident about the fact that this pie is going to turn out really well. But aside from the fact that she feels confident with her cooking, that's pretty much where that ends, because she is feeling seriously embarrassed right now, and it's really affecting her mood. The poor thing. I feel so bad for her. I know that she can't really help it right now. I mean, she does have a baby on her bladder. She is struggling as it is, being in her third trimester, so I know that it has to be really difficult for her to hold her bladder, but I just feel awful for her. I truly do. And she is just like, I cannot believe that I invited over guests. I'm having a dinner party, and lo and behold, I go and I pee in front of them all on myself. Like, I couldn't even make it to the toilet. Like, who does that? Well, Danika, I mean, you do, clearly. Our dinner party is just about over. Our pie is in the oven. I think that they are going to pretty much complete around the same time simultaneously. Our pie is done, and so close to being a gold, but not quite. We need to have Sims dance at the same time. Unfortunately, we don't have a radio in the house, so I'm gonna have to put a radio in the house so that our next dinner party, we will be able to let Sims dance together. It's really unfortunate. We got silver on our dinner party. Unfortunately, we did not get the gold that we needed. Everyone is gonna go ahead and head out, and this dinner party is a wrap. We did okay, we just didn't do as well as we needed to do. It is officially Winterfest in the game now, and so therefore it is another holiday, and also she should be going into labor soon, and we'll be having ourselves a baby on Winterfest, which is all really, really exciting that we are going to be having a baby on Winterfest. Like, that is probably the best Christmas gift ever, to have a child. But she is feeling really, really embarrassed. She's in here kind of giving herself a little bit of a pep talk, like, you didn't mean to do it. It's totally okay that you peed yourself. Maybe they didn't notice. Maybe they are going to overlook it because you're pregnant. She is going to go ahead and, it looks like, make a little bit of coffee. And then we are going to go ahead and have a little bit of conversation with Jay and just tell him, like, what do you think of the dinner party? And he's going to say, I think it went over well. And she's like, I was kind of hoping it would have gone a little better than it did. And he's like, how much better did you want it to go? And she's like, I mean, a little better. Just a little better. And he's like, well, it probably could have gone a little better if you hadn't have peed on yourself. And she's going to be like, you just had to bring that up, hey? You just had to bring that up. Speaking of peeing, she's going to go again. The poor thing. She just can't stay off the toilet. I'm going to go ahead and let her get in here and take herself a little bit of a nap. She is feeling a little bit tired, and so she is going to get herself just a little bit of sleep here. I think I'm going to go ahead and let Jay probably do the same, and we'll get them rested up. Let's check on Jay and see how his needs are. So Jay's needs are okay. So we're actually going to send Jay out for a run and let him get a little bit of exercise in while she takes a nap. So let's send Jay out. He's going to take himself for a jog. He's like, I really wanted that pie. I don't think you necessarily needed the pie, but we are going to send you out for a jog. So he's going to go out for a little bit of a jog, and she's going to get a much deserved nap after that long entertaining evening that she had. So he's going out on this crisp day, this early morning, and he's getting himself a nice jog in, and he's just taking in the scenery, thinking about the fact that he's about to be a father, and he's super excited about the fact that they're about to have a child. He is feeling a little bit uneasy about the fact that she's about to be in labor. He's not really sure how he's going to react to that. He's not sure how to take that because he's never been around anyone that's been in labor before, so he's not sure how he's going to handle that. But aside from that, he's really excited to meet his child. He can't wait for that to take place, and so he is loving the fact that he knows that they are about to have their baby soon. And he's feeling super confident about the whole thing, which is super great in the sense that he's loving life. And as we know, they had tried so hard to get pregnant and they finally did. And so he's thrilled to know that this baby that they consider a miracle is finally about to be here, and he cannot wait. They are both so excited to see this child being born. He's just taking in his artwork here. We love that. All right, why don't you go ahead and go and take yourself a little bit of a nap? Honestly, you're feeling a little bit tired. Go get yourself a little bit of a wee and then take yourself a nap. So now that he's gone to the washroom, he is just he wants to go back and have that pie. Like, I don't know what it is with him. He's not even hungry, but he wants that pie, something fierce. He's like, I want this pie. I want to eat this pie, something like you don't even know how badly I want to eat this pie. I just need to eat this pie right now. I don't think you do. I honestly don't think you do. What you need to do is go take yourself a nap. But, I mean, that's fine. Eat the pie. So he's going to eat the pie. He just went on a run, but he's going to eat some pie. Ha! That's, whatever. These two are made for each other, honestly, because she's the same way. She likes to go for a jog and then have pie and cake and things like that as well. So they truly are made for each other. It's like, oh, well, you know what? We are going out for a run so that we can justify us having the snacks that we want to have that are not necessarily good for us. It's perfectly fine. This is how we like to do things. So she is just going to go ahead and clean up a little bit and take the trash out. She is feeling super confident today. She realizes that it is A, Winterfest, but B, she is going to be having a child. She is super excited about it. She's got a little bit of back pain. The baby's pulling on her back, but she knows that it is very close to her going into labor, and she's like, I am about to meet my baby. And she's loving that. She's feeling really confident about it. She's not feeling scared at all. She's like, I've got this. I can handle this. This is going to be great. Jay's decided to go ahead and go take that nap that I offered him to take like forever ago. Now you want to go take a nap. Okay, great. Danika's just going to watch a little bit of telly and just relax a little bit. But it does look like she is just going to need to also be using the washroom soon. Her bladder is going down quite quickly. She is watching the Cooking Network, which we love. As we know, she loves to watch the Cooking Network. She loves to get as much skill as she can on the cooking channel, and she likes to watch other people cook. It gives her ideas, and it gives her, inspiration, and she loves that. She cannot get enough of the cooking channel. And cooking in general, she just absolutely loves it, which makes perfect sense considering she wants to be a chef. Says Mark wants to be her best friend. Yeah, okay, sure. So now they're best friends. She's going to the washroom here. Oh, okay, you just walk into the house. That's fine. I don't remember inviting you in, but that is perfectly okay. He just like helps himself right into the house and just walked in on her while she was trying to go to the bathroom and got all kinds of embarrassed. But anyway, since he's here and they're best friends, she's going to go ahead and give him a Winterfest gift, and that will mark off her little holiday thing that she needs to do for the holiday, which will be great. And they have gained a sentiment. I'm glad you don't think my llama jokes are lame. So that's great. So she's making friends, and we love that. I'm going to go ahead and get her in here and to the kitchen here, and she's going to go ahead and make a meal. I'm going to get her to make spinach frittata, which I think will be lovely. So while she is in here cooking, she is just having a little bit of a conversation with Mark, and she's asked him if he wants to join her cooking, and he's like, actually, that would be absolutely great. I think that I would love to join you. And she's like, really? And he's like, yeah, I'm not really quite sure how to make spinach frittata. I'm not really sure what I could do to help, but I mean, I guess I could hand you the spices and things and, you know, just let you do it, and that'd be help, right? And she's like, sure, that would be help. And he's like, okay, great. Then yeah, I will totally help. And she's like, okay, that sounds good. You can just hand me what I need and we'll consider it help. And he's like, okay, perfect. And she's like, all right, so I need this. And he's like, actually, I gotta go for now. And she's like, oh, okay, that's fine. So he's kind of walked off a little bit, but she is still just cooking up these spinach frittatas because, as we know, she's not bothered at all by the fact that she's kind of doing this by herself and he's not helping. Because she, once again, is in her element and she doesn't even mind. Like, she's like, whatever, I've reached gourmet cooking level 5. Like, she is doing so great. What'd he do? He decided to go in here and play on her computer instead of helping her cook. Isn't that just the way of The Sims? Of course it is. Instead, she's over here, like, by herself making spinach frittatas, and now she's eating alone. I mean, what is he like? Honestly.
Bruh.
And who goes in and plays the computer while your husband is sleeping? Like, who does that? He could have gone in the other room that had a computer and played on that one. But no, he went into the room where your husband's sleeping to disturb him, because that is just like the rudest thing ever. Anyway, she's cleaning up after herself, and we are obviously getting ourselves very close to going into labor. And as soon as that takes place, we are going to head ourselves over to the hospital. So we are hoping that this is going to come really soon, because she is definitely ready to go into labor and have this baby. Her back is killing her, and she's like, I just want to go ahead and have this baby. So she's decided that she's going to go ahead and go for a little bit of a walk, because she heard that if you go for a walk, it'll send you into labor. So she's going to go ahead and go for a little bit of a walk and see if she can send herself into labor. So she's going to switch into some clothes here, some workout gear. I mean, that's one heck of an outfit to be considered workout gear in the winter. But I mean, you do you, Danika, you do you. She's going to switch into some workout gear. She's going to go for a bit of a walk. And she is going to try to walk herself into labor. And she is determined to go into labor. She is determined that she is ready to have this baby. And she's like, if I just walk as much as I can, then I know that I can have this baby. And I know that I can make my water break. Like, I just have to walk. How hard can it be? I'll just walk and walk and walk. It'll be perfectly fine. So she is just walking all over the neighborhood, and she is bound and determined that as soon as she gets home, she's going to have her water break and she's going to be able to go to the hospital. So she's just walking all over the pier here. And as you can see, her body is breaking out in a sweat. She is just like overheating, burning up, but she's feeling really inspired. Like, she's getting herself a really nice workout, but it says she's sweating profusely and that she needs to go have a shower. She's incredibly overheated, it says, and she's fatigued. So she needs to take a break. And she seriously has to pee. So we desperately need to go ahead and get her home so that she can take care of herself. So we're going to head her home. We're going to let her go to the bathroom and get herself a shower and then get herself a little bit of a rest. And hopefully she won't pee on herself before we can get there. But we'll take care of herself and let her kind of get a little bit of rest here and then see how she's doing as far as her pregnancy goes and if she's actually going to go ahead and go into labor or what the deal is with that. So let's take her in and let her go ahead and get herself a washroom break as well as a quick shower so she can get her hygiene up because she is really, really nasty and grungy from that long walk that she took. So she's just going to go ahead and take care of all of those needs and then she'll take herself a nice restful nap to get her body relaxed and ready to, well, she just needs a lot of rest. She is exhausted after that walk. That walk took it out of her. And to be completely honest, if she does go into labor right now and she's as exhausted as she is, I don't know that she would have the energy to even have a baby. Like, she's that exhausted. I'm just going to get Jay to come on in here and repair this toilet because she's too exhausted to even do that. Like, she does not have the energy to do anything else right now. She can barely even hold herself up in the shower. She's so tired. So she is forcing herself to wash because she's disgusting and she doesn't want to climb into her bed nasty. But aside from that, she is like, whatever. I am so tired. I just need to get some rest. So I'm taking her to bed now and she's going to go ahead and get a little bit of sleep. Jay is just obviously repairing this toilet here and then we will go ahead and let him get a little bit of rest as well. It looks like maybe he could stand for a little bit of rest. Clearly his needs are not as bad as hers. She's going to be fatigued for 2 hours. Does he like handiness? Yes, he can like handiness. That'll be perfect. All right, Jay, why don't you go ahead and actually clean up this floor and mop it up? And then you can go ahead and actually use the washroom because it looks like you could stand to use it as well. So Danika is just coming on in here to talk to Jay. She's going to ask him, are you going to come with me when I go into labor to the hospital? And he's like, of course I'm going to come with you to go to the hospital. I would love nothing more than to come with you. I would love to be there to support you. Like, of course. And she's like, I just wanted to check. I wasn't sure if you were going to be too nervous to go or if you were actually going to want to be there. And he's like, of course I'm going to want to be there. Like, this is our baby. She's like, I know it is. I just wasn't positive. You know, I thought maybe I would check and ask and really glad that you want to come and you want to be there. And he's like, you got out of bed to come ask me that? She's like, it was on my mind and it woke me. And he's like, oh, okay. So both of them are going to actually go ahead and go to bed for the night. And I'll check back with you guys in the morning. It is about 11:55 at night, and Danika has woken because she has seriously got to go to the washroom. And Jay is also up. As you can see, Danika is really, really struggling here. She is still very, very pregnant, but I think she is probably getting really close to going into labor. The food in the kitchen has all gone off. We're going to go ahead and get them in here cleaning up a little bit, but she also needs to grab herself something to eat. She's pretty hungry. Jay also, it looks like, needs to go to the washroom. Everybody's needs are kind of in rough shape. The house is a disaster. Things have just really gone awry. Father Winter has shown up and gone away because they slept right through that. Everyone was really, really shattered. But they're not too much worried about it. To be completely honest, the best Christmas present that they could get is a baby. And they're really hoping that they're going to go ahead and get a baby soon. So we are going to go ahead and hope that she goes into labor really, really soon here. And obviously they will have this baby. But for in the meantime, she's going to go ahead and just grab herself something to eat. Jay's gone ahead and took care of his needs there. And now that he's done that, he's going to go in here and just get a little bit of fun. So he's going to get on the computer. He is feeling a little bit tense. So he just needs a little bit of fun in his life. Danika is just going to go ahead and clean up after herself now that she's finished her meal here. I can't believe how large in charge she is. Like, she's so precious. But she is very ready for this baby to come. So she's going to go ahead and have a seat here and watch a little bit of television. As you can see, Jay is going ahead and going in here to the kitchen. He is going to grab himself something. As you can see, he is feeling like maybe the house is feeling a little bit dirty. He's like, why is everything so messy in here? And she's like, I was trying really hard to get everything cleaned up, but honey, there's only so much I can do when I am feeling like I am as big as a house. I am sorry. And he's like, no, honey, it's fine. It's not just you. I've got to, I can pitch in too. So he's going to come on in here and he's going to sit down and he's going to chat with her. And she's like, oh my gosh, honey, I think I'm in labor. And he's like, what? And she's like, yeah, I think I just went into labor. And he's like, are you kidding? And she's like, no, I'm not. And he's like, oh, and here I thought we were going to have the baby on Winterfest, but now Winterfest is over. And she's like, it's okay. It doesn't matter. I just know I'm in labor. We need to get to the hospital right away. So they are going to go ahead and head to the hospital. Let's send them over to the hospital. We're going to join them. So we've arrived at the hospital here, and we are going to go ahead and go on and chat with the doctors. And we're going to go ahead and ask them to check our dilation. So we're going to head in and get to an exam table so that they can check us to see how we're doing. She's like, I am needing to obviously get checked. I'm in labor. We have some back pain. Oh, that's a lot. Danika can feel her anxiety going through the roof as her water breaks. As much as she can't wait to meet her child, Danika realizes she is not emotionally ready for the process. This is too much and too fast. And ouch! These contractions are awful. So she's going to go ahead and get checked by the doctor here. And the doctor's like, oh my goodness, you're making a little bit of progress. You're currently 1 centimeter dilated. Okay, 1 centimeter means that I have a long way to go, Danika says. And so she's like, I'm going to go ahead and go for a walk. And the doctor's like, yeah, absolutely. Feel free to walk around the hospital for some progress. We have some things in the hospital here to aid in your progress. Contraction pain. Danika's contractions are definitely uncomfortable but manageable for now. Perhaps she should rest up while she can, or maybe take a walk before moving becomes unbearable. One way or another, she should definitely take advantage of this calm before the storm. So there are lots of things here in the hospital that Danika can do for her contractions, for her pain, for her being in labor to help this all along. She can walk. We have some exercise balls that she can work on, and we're going to take advantage of all of these different options for Danika throughout this process, and hopefully we can progress this labor on pretty quickly so that she can go ahead and give birth to this baby. So as you can see, she's walking along this hospital, just getting in as much exercise here as she can to progress this labor along so that she can obviously get this birth going. And she's hopefully, making some progress in her dilation. And so she's just like, this is painful, but I think I'm okay for now. And then she's going to go ahead and I'm going to get her working out on some of the exercise balls. So we're going to go ahead and do some exercise here on the exercise ball. She is like, these contractions, they are really no joke. I think they are probably not as bad as they're going to get, but I've never felt anything like this in my life. This is the craziest feeling, and I don't really know how I feel about it because this is really painful. They really don't prepare you for this. They really don't. So she's just finishing up her exercise here on this exercise ball, and then she's going to go ahead and head herself on into the break room so that she can get herself something to eat here because she is feeling a little bit peckish. But it says, I got this. Each wave of contraction feels more intense than the last, but Danika's got this. She managed her pain like a champ. Feels like a lot at times, but Danika's focusing on the thought of holding her baby. So she's struggling, but she feels like she's okay for now. And I think that's true. I think that, she is realizing that this is a lot, but she's feeling like she's got this for now. She's not at a place just yet where she feels like she really needs to be worried, and she's feeling a little bit confident for now. Obviously she's in pain, but she is feeling a little bit confident for now. For whatever reason, that did not work out, so we are going to go ahead and get her to order something out of this vending machine again, and hopefully she can eat that because she is feeling hungry, so she needs to eat. But that pastry that she tried to get did not work. So let's get her to eat this sandwich. All right, now that worked. Great. The sandwich is probably the better option for you anyway, Danika, to be completely honest. She's like, yeah, it's really difficult to eat while you're in contractions, though. Yeah, I can agree with that. I really can. So after she goes ahead and finishes that sandwich, I'm going to get her in that birthing pool, and we are going to go ahead and do some exercises and breathing stuff in the birthing pool with her partner. So we'll get Jay in there with her, and they will do some breathing exercises. And hopefully that will help her a little bit. So she's going to go over here and she's going to talk to Jay, and she's going to say, honey, you know, I was wondering if maybe you might want to help me out with my contractions and things, and if you might be open to getting into the birthing pool with me. And he's like, I told you that I would do anything that you need me to do. So if there's something that you need me to do, let's go ahead and do it. And she's like, okay, great, because I think that it might help if I were to go ahead and get into the birthing pool. So she's going to go ahead and hop into the birthing pool here, and then Jay's going to get in here with her, and they are going to do some breathing exercises to make her hopefully feel better and hopefully progress this labor along. Oh, this is such a cute interaction. I absolutely love it. Says she's feeling scared. The contractions have started and pain is more than Danika can stand. Oh, that's so sad. The pain is more than she expected. She's having trouble understanding what is happening to her body. Oh, the poor thing. Let's go ahead and see if we can get Jay to give her a little bit of a back massage here on this exercise ball. So she's going to be like, honey, that was lovely what you just did, and I really appreciate it, but do you think maybe you could give me a little bit of a back massage? Because honestly, my back is freaking killing me. I'm having some back labor like you wouldn't believe. And he's like, yeah, honey, great. I'll help you with whatever you need help with. So he's going to give her a little bit of a back massage here, and hopefully that's going to help her a little bit. Oh, this is such a sweet interaction with him helping her and giving her a little bit of a back massage. And I absolutely love this mod and all of the great things that this CC creator has done. And we are going to go ahead and just get her over here onto this table and get her to do a little bit of a breathing exercise after we get her to do some more exercises on this exercise ball. So we'll do a little bit more exercising on the exercise ball, and then she can do a breathing exercise. She's like, whew, these contractions are no joke. But she's continuing on, really trying hard, dealing with this exercise ball, really pushing through the pain, really doing everything she can to keep her eye on the prize. And that prize is knowing that she's going to meet her baby soon. She's going to go ahead and get some breathing exercises in, and then we're going to get the doctor to go ahead and check us to see how far along we're dilated. So let's go ahead and get some breathing exercises in here. And hopefully we'll have made pretty good progress with everything that we've done, and we'll be able to soon ask for an epidural. I am just going to go ahead and get Jay to call in sick to work so that he doesn't leave us, because he didn't take family leave. So we want him to call in sick to work so he doesn't head off to work. Sorry to hear that. Feel better soon. Yeah, thanks. So she is just finishing up her breathing exercise here, and then we're going to go ahead and get the doctor to come on in and check us for our dilation to see how far along we are dilated wise. And then we'll know if we are at a place where we can hopefully soon get a epidural. She's like, do you think I could please get you to go ahead and check to see how far along I'm dilated? And she's like, yes, honey, I'll come right in. We'll check that right away. So she's going to go ahead and switch back into the gown here, and then we're going to go ahead and get checked to see how far along we are dilated. And the doctor's like, oh my goodness, well, imagine this, but you're currently at 5 centimeters dilated, which means that we are actually at a place where we are far enough along we can get our epidural. So I'm going to go ahead and ask the doctor for the epidural here. So we are just going to go ahead and get her to ask for her epidural now that she is far enough dilated that we can get a epidural from the doctor. And the doctor is going to go ahead and administer her the epidural. She's like, go ahead and turn around here and bend over. We'll go ahead and give you this epidural now. So she's going to go ahead and administer the epidural. We have another doctor that's come in to oversee this administration. And now that we have had our epidural, we are good to go. And then it says, oh no, something doesn't feel right. Danica is only feeling it on half of her body. Okay, we need to replace the epidural. You've done something wrong. We're going to get her to go ahead and replace the epidural. Please replace the epidural. You have a failed epidural. I'm so sorry to hear that. Let me try replacing it to see if it helps. I'll be right over. Yeah, please replace the epidural. Okay. We have now replaced the epidural, and that did not work again. Okay, let's see if we can find someone else to do this. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get this doctor to go ahead and give us an epidural and see if we can get this correct this time. And he's administering an epidural, and hopefully this is going to go ahead and work. Uh-oh. It didn't work. Did it work? Ask to replace epidural. Are you freaking kidding me? How many times? How many times do you need an epidural before it finally works? Ask to replace the epidural. Danica is having the worst time getting an epidural that works. We're going to get him to replace the epidural as well. This is the 4th epidural that she's had to have administered because we've had 3 failed epidurals. 4th time's a charm? Maybe, maybe not. I don't really know. But we're going to go ahead and try again for the 4th time, and hopefully this will work for her. Did this one work? Uh-oh. From receiving a bad one? Or did it work? Okay, finally we got some pain relief. Pain relief. Finally, some pain relief. Getting the epidural has helped. Okay, great. Whew. She's like, oh my God. And just in the nick of time, too, she is starving to death. So we're going to go ahead, take her in here, and let her get something to eat out of the vending machine. She is in desperate need of something to eat. But she's feeling a little bit better now that she is at least having some pain relief. And of course, she wants one of these bloody pastries. I don't know what it is with her and these pastries, but she's going to go ahead and heat herself up one of these chocolate bundt cakes. It's ridiculous. Why can't you just have yourself a sandwich and be like, I don't know, just be normal. She's like, I want chocolate. I'm in labor and I just want something chocolate. In pain. You're not, though. You can't feel anything. You have had an epidural. Trust me, you feel nothing right now. Trust me, you feel nothing right now. This is not realistic. You feel nothing. Okay, you're gonna have this cake. Eat this up. This will make you feel lovely. So she's going to go ahead and eat this up, and then I'm going to have her go and have herself a little bit of rest. Her energy is like really bad. She is in desperate need of some rest. So let's go and let her have a little bit of a lie down. We'll let her get some sleep. She is desperately needing some sleep. And since she's had an epidural, we'll let her sleep some. And then she can, after she gets some sleep, maybe get herself a little bit more exercise or get herself a little bit of a walkabout. We'll just have to see how she's feeling once she wakes up. So we'll go ahead and fast forward through here and let her get some sleep, and I'll catch back with you guys once she wakes. Okay, she is up and we are doing some breathing exercises. She is going to do some breathing exercises, and then we're going to see how far along she is dilated And she is also needing some food again because, as you know, she's starving because she is in labor. She is eating for two. Not for much longer, I hope, because honestly, she has been in labor for a very long time. But we are going to go ahead and let her go ahead and get in here and get this dilation checked again and see how far along we are. She's like, can you please check me again just to see how far along I am? And she's like, yeah, absolutely. We can totally do that. So we are just checking to see how far dilated we are. And the doctor has let us know that we are dilated 6 centimeters. So we still have a little ways to go. She is going to go ahead and get some exercise here on the exercise ball. And she is not really feeling any pain, but she's definitely noticing that the contractions are putting a lot more pressure. She can feel the pressure and she knows that the pressure means that her contractions are definitely getting stronger. Stronger contractions mean that her baby is definitely getting closer to being here. And she knows all of these things mean that she is going to be meeting her baby in record time and she can't wait. She's opted to go for a walk so that she can hopefully meet her baby so much sooner. And once we get some exercise in with this walk, she has already done some exercising on the ball. Now she's walking. She's hoping that this dilation is going to be really soon and we're going to be able to meet our baby. And we will be ready to go ahead and hold our sweet baby in our arms. She is going to go ahead really quickly and just get herself something to eat. She's starving to death. What are you going to do? Walk around with your food? Okay. Danika. So we're going to go ahead and just ask her doctor to check us for our dilation again. She grabbed some food and then she just laid it down. She's like, no, I need to know how far dilated I am because what if I'm about to go into labor like right now? And so the anxiety of that obviously outweighed her need for food. So she's going to go ahead and have the doctor just check her again really quickly. So the doctor's going to go ahead and check her. And the doctor is checking her now and just letting her know, yes, we have checked you and your dilation now is that you are dilated to 9 centimeters. You are getting so much closer. You're almost there. Okay, so that's great news. We now just really need to go ahead and get you something to eat. And then before you know it, you're going to be at 10 centimeters and the baby's going to be here. Let's go ahead and just listen to your heart. Let's make sure everything sounds okay. And Danika's like, I'm sure everything's fine, but I am starving. I really do need to go get myself something to eat. So Danika's going to head back in here to the break room and get herself something to eat really quickly. I have no idea where that sandwich went that you grabbed before, but that's fine. You can grab yourself a whole new sandwich. We're just wasting money like we got money to burn. And then we're going to go ahead and send her for another walk, I think. So she is just going ahead and getting herself a little walk while she is eating her food. She is a multitasking queen, which we love. She's like, I'm going to be meeting my baby soon. I am so close to going ahead and having this baby. I cannot wait to see this child. I am so thrilled. This miracle child that we have conceived through us trying so hard, taking the fertility potions, is so close to us actually getting there. And obviously having this baby. She's going to have her doctor go ahead and check her for her dilation again and see if she is currently at 10 centimeters. And obviously if she is at 10 centimeters, then we will know if it is time for us to go ahead and go into labor and give birth to this baby. And if it is, we're going to actually have the chance to meet this little baby. And she is going to be able to share in the joy with Jay, knowing that it is time for them to have their baby. So the doctor is just going to check her one last final time and see if it is time for us to go ahead and give birth. And the doctor has advised us that it is indeed time. We are fully dilated and it is time for us to talk to one of the obstetricians to let them know that we are ready to go into labor. So we are going to go ahead and talk to our obstetrician and let them know that we are ready to go ahead and go into labor. So we're going to let her know, okay, well, it's time. We're ready. Let's go ahead and give birth. So Danica is going to just go ahead and get up and go talk to her doctor and head back to the labor and delivery room, and we're going to get into the table here and we are going to give birth to our little one. As you can see, we will wait for Jay to come along. He should be coming along very shortly, running in to join us, but it is time for us to go ahead and give birth to our little baby. And she is ready to go. We're going to assume the position and go ahead and get ready to push. Jay is running in. He's like, I'm coming, honey. I'm coming. I'm here. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's time for us to give birth to the baby. And he's like, yes, I know. It's time. It's been such a long time coming. And she's like, I don't think I'm ready. And he's like, you can do this, baby. You can do this. We've got this. And she's like, we've got this. I'm the one pushing. What do you mean we've got this? And he's like, you've got this is what I mean. And you can do this. And she's like, oh my God, I don't think I can. I don't think I can. And he's like, you can. Congratulations, it's a boy. Danica just gave birth to a boy. Okay, so I got a notification on my comments on the YouTube page from Twisted Beach for some boy names for Phoenix, Ace, Aries, Rowan, Grayson, and Lucian. And so what I've done is I put up online a dice for a 6-sided dice, and I have rolled the dice, and when I rolled the dice, it gave me the number 3. And so that means that our baby's name is going to be Aries. So what I have done here is we are going to go ahead and we are going to call this baby Aries. So this baby is going to be Aries Huntington III. Thank you so much, Twisted Beach, for the baby name suggestions. I really appreciate them. They were all so lovely. But we are sticking with Aries for this baby's name. So guys, let's go ahead and welcome in Aries to the family. Aries Huntington III is being born. And there you have it. Aries is here. And look how happy they are to see him. Oh, look at Jay. He's like, oh my God, we have a son. She's like, we do, we have a son. Oh, this is so precious. All right, and just like that, we have ourselves a baby, and they are ready to go ahead and head home. We are going to go ahead and send them all to the house. And Aries is already sent home. Look at him freaking out. He's like, oh my God, we are parents. We love it. Boy, he's running so fast. Holy cow. He is absolutely freaking out. But guys, we are here back at the house. She is just giving Aries a little bit of some breastfeeding. But I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. I hope that you enjoyed this labor and delivery special. And I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, I am going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.